Tommy.
Uncle Wayne, happy Thanksgiving, which we did offer Thanksgiving wishes to each other yesterday.
Yes.
But
post-Thanksgiving today.
What a Thanksgiving day.
Oh.
Obviously being with family, friends, delicious food, but the Bills coming through.
The Buffalo Bills of the National Football League.
This team is coming on, everybody. And like we've said in other shows, they're not a done product yet, but they really are playing well. They buy in, and just a great day. And to do it on national TV was pretty cool.
I think that's the biggest thing. First of all, a game that when everybody looked at during the year, even Bills fans probably, going to be tough. Going to be real tough in their barn on Thanksgiving. But to come out like that after that first drive and just dominate.
Yeah, it was Josh quarterback played so well.
Josh Allen shows that all the National Football League and all the fans that, okay, you hated this pick. You said I could never play. Blah blah blah. Meanwhile, Josh, the other Josh is sitting in Miami backing up Fitz.
Right. And the thing is, the heat the Bills took too. Like you took Josh Allen. They took the best guy. That the first two were gone.
They're gone. Yeah.
And
it was him or it was Jackson. And I got to be honest with you, I thought Jackson was nothing but a runner in college.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was accurate at all, and he's playing great.
I really think too, it's where these guys go and how they're used and how they're coached has a lot to do with it. You still got to have the talent,
right?
But I think Lamar Jackson went to a good spot, and the guy that had nothing offensively going here at all has done a great job with him down there in Baltimore.
Yeah, and it's true about him. They took the whole squad down in Baltimore and just said we're building around this guy for his skills. They didn't try to change him, and that's what you do.
Made it kind of special too, looking up at Jerry Jones in the box. He was more ticked off than a mosquito in a mannequin factory. You know what I mean?
And the tear, it looked like he had tears in his eye. Oh God, it was good. I think back to my buddy Pete when he would have yelled, but we can't say that on the air. Wait, did somebody open a bottle again?
To quote one of our presidents, "Get her done." Harry Truman, I think, said it, and Bills did it.
Harry Truman?
I think he said, "Get her done," right?
No.
Didn't he tell the troops that when they were going over there?
I thought it was isn't that just a cable guy?
Is it a cable
Larry
guy?
the cable guy?
What did Truman say? Truman said something, didn't he?
Go screw up the jabs? I don't know. Stop.
I thought it was Truman. Anyways, they got her done.
They got her done. Oh God, it was fun, Tom. That was fun. Some refereeing that was just horrific. I love what Trey Day said. He goes, they didn't allow me to use my hands. I had to adapt.
Right. And that's the nature of the beast.
It is.
In the sports, and just a great day. Like I said, football family, and it's great to see our city. It's a big thing to us here.
It's huge.
And
it really is.
Sometimes people will say, well, I hope we don't get embarrassed and stuff. It never embarrasses me when we lose because I'm not playing, right?
No, not at all.
And, but this team, it's a small college town kind of thing, and God, we love that team, and it just, everybody was pumped. My mom and our Aunt Pam, everybody was just jacked up. My little granddaughter was doing touchdown signs, and that's what it's all about, though, too, with growing up with your dads and watching the game like I watched with my dad, and then I carried a tradition on with our like we did with our sons, and that's Buffalo sports. That's Buffalo football, boy, and it was a big one for that Buffalo sports yesterday.
Yeah, but you're right about tradition. I mean, probably over the last 20 years, we've usually had Thanksgiving at my house, and to go over to Zach and Amanda's house, they bought a new house, and for kind of starting, I don't know if it'll be next year, but starting a new tradition.
Right.
And that was kind of neat, and then to just play that football game and just take care of it,
What was this? Our screener's not here today. What's really cool too, what you won't see on our show is, and it was great for the pregame all day on Wednesday, voting things off the Thanksgiving table. What a way to spend a pregame, right?
I mean, I turn it on. First,
you need a forklift, by the way. I still trying to figure out where I'm going to need
materials handling. I turn it on. There's the obligatory 8 minutes of commercials. Then they come back and they vote green bean casserole off. I said, this is off. This is garbage.
And that's a shot at the vegetarians out there. I mean, that's a big deal to them.
What if they need that?
Right.
They don't like turkey. They're in green beans. But anyway, it's a horrific show. It's a horrific station. We know that.
I noticed something else the other day. I noticed that listening to the game last week with Murphy on the radio, commercials during the game.
Yeah.
Now, I know the press box is brought to you by something, and the first down is brought to you by something and all that. But actually, during the game, there was a catch by, say, Beasley.
Yeah.
And he threw in like an electronics commercial. And I heard Dunleavy do it the other night in the Sabre game, in mid-game.
Yeah. This penalty kill was presented by.
No, but this was in.
Like during the flow.
I'm actually talking when the players were skating.
So this dump-in was just presented by.
No, they like the Sabre. The game's going on there. That's dumped in, right? We'll just say it's dumped in. He says, "Hey, if you're looking for a good place to dine, try Ted's."
Wow.
No, it had no correlation like that face.
Right.
That 19th icing in the first period is brought to you by By the way, Michael Scandella. But anyways, quickly on them.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, the Sabres. Great hockey team, have really come together. Love the lineup. The bottom six are running this team. I don't know what about you, but Jack Eichel's terrible. He's got to be. You got to trade him.
In all sincerity, talk around the barbershop the other day, around the barber pole. The talk was Eichel was a huge bust. He should be traded. Dahlin is nothing but a glorified winger. Listen, guys, until you people stop listening to the Pravda in the city and realize the problem with this team is not Jack Eichel, Dahlin, Middlestad, Sam Reinhart.
Lack of trying.
Lack of effort. It comes down to management of this team, coach, general manager, and such, not understanding that the talent isn't good enough.
Or not understanding the definition of talent. I mean, I just heard Ralph Kruger, who you've heard me on the show, I really liked. The foundation is cracking, to use yours.
Yep.
He came on when Sobotka was now out 5 to 6 weeks and said this is a massive hurt for the Buffalo Sabres. He is incredible on that line. He's showing the kids how it's done. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me.
The self-checking of Skinner is absurd to me.
Yeah.
Now he's with Johan Larsson and Connor Sherry. I'm sorry.
No.
Put Skinner with Jack. Leave him be. Nothing against Olofsson. He's playing well. But you're taking away magic in a bottle with Jeff Skinner. It's ridiculous.
Skinner's got to be calling his family up in outside of Toronto, Markham, and saying, "What did I do?"
And by the way, the injuries to the Sabres, there's been none significant until the other night when Dahlin went down. That's a significant injury to a young kid,
right.
And nothing was done to answer that. That is soft, and that to me is unacceptable.
Well, and worse, we saw it live. Okay, then they come out and they talk to that knucker Bottrell. Well, I like the way we do things, and I'll give GR credit. Bulldog and that tennis wife idiot came out and tried to nail him down and say, you've got to be disappointed with no response there on the Dahlin hit. No, not at all. I think when we know what's going on, we do respond, and this team responds for each other, and we're really tight in the locker room. I said, you lousy, lying, Pravda, piece of garbage.
This Tampa Bay team, over in Sweden it started. By the way, if our coach is that much in love with Sobe, he was taken out by the cheap shot.
Yeah.
Unanswered.
That's Sobotka, by the way. Sobe.
Jack was run by Cernacki.
Yeah.
Right? By the way, if Jack goes down, I probably don't even...
Yeah, why bother? Don't turn the TV on. Don't even go.
This team is soft. And I know the day of the Rob Rays and all that stuff is gone. I understand that. But we need somebody on this team. And to me, just knowing what little I do about other teams and stuff, ship Sherry to Minnesota and bring me Marcus Foligno.
Get Foligno back here. I know he's not going to score. Nothing like that. But that guy had true grit. And I'll tell you something. If somebody goes to hit Jack or Rasmus Dahlin again with an elbow, he's going to be the first guy off the bench pounding the knots out of him.
And that attitude has to be brought out inside the team to my other guys. And the one last question on the Sabres too. This Steve Smith, I haven't seen Dahlin. Dahlin's regressing.
Yes, he is.
And we supposedly had a coach last year that knew young guys, was a great, phenomenal defenseman.
Yeah.
And now Kruger's in here, loves to sit down and find out about mom and dad. And yet I see this kid, and it tells me that he's thinking too much.
Not playing hockey like he was born and raised.
Listening to the Middlestad interview a couple of weeks ago, he kept mentioning his defensive zone coverage and blah. They're thinking too much. And what he's doing on this penalty kill with this 1-1-2, and the different forechecks, I thought he was going to keep it simple.
That's not simple. 1-1-2, there's mass confusion.
Screw D. Let the 6D worry about D.
Yep.
We've got to score some goals.
Yep.
And it was also said in the barbershop, goaltending's been a huge thing. No, it has not. Carter Hutton is not super, but Carter Hutton and lately Allmark's been pretty good. They're not the reason we're losing hockey games, guys.
You can't score 1 and 2.
He let a bad goal the other night, Allmark.
Yeah.
Yet made saves at the end of the game to
keep us in it.
Keep us
to
in
even
it.
get to 1 point.
Hutton let a real bad goal in early on, then made some phenomenal saves. Come on, it's not goaltending. You got to score 3 goals in this damn league.
Yeah. And how many goal posts are we going to hit? Nobody can. Or glass. It's disgusting. Little note on our southern trip. Had a great time with my son Alex.
Success this year.
Success. Actually only went 2-0 because we didn't go up to Tampa. More on that in a minute. Went in, beat Miami. Probably 40,000 people in the stands on a 60,000 seat stadium. Half were Bills fans. It was awesome. Then we decided we got to go to a sports bar across the street from BB&T Center. And I called the night before and I said, "You're gonna have the Denver Bills game on?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, of course. We got all the games." So I get in there and the hostess looks at me. She goes, "That's the only game we won't have." And I said, "You got to be kidding me." I said, "I drove all the way from Naples." I said, "We got to see this." So they brought the guy over and they put it on. And after the game, I thanked him and I said, "Look, though, buddy, a quarter of your restaurant was taken up by Bills fans." And he said to me, "I blew it." He goes, "My God, the Sabres are across the street. That was just dumb."
And I was thinking during that, you told me a story about your encounter, like I had in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. You had an encounter with a derelict because we know in and around the Florida
flies and derelicts. Yeah, and this was after the game, so we had just pummeled the Panthers 5-2, and it came out, and it seemed to get a little sparse. We were hanging around, waiting for the 3 stars and all that, and we got down these stairs, and out of darkness, over by a bush, kind of derelict came at us. He had about 2 teeth in his mouth, asking for money, and I gave him a $100 bill. What am I going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta,
Exactly. You know, dummy. I do the same thing. Now, what classifies a derelict? Have we ever?
Usually it's a few things, okay? The clothes are probably 8th hand and they're really bad. Just a couple teeth in the mouth.
So teeth, oral does have something to do with derelict?
It does.
Because that would be like, you heard the term a derelict of duty.
Right.
That would be with oral care, derelict of, okay.
Okay,
I see
you're
that.
getting there. And then you got to say too, we always say flies and derelicts. Well, the flies will land on the derelicts because they haven't bathed.
Right.
So,
I don't know if you've noticed though, with the new high def 6D, 6X, 7X TVs, you can actually see the flies in Florida. You can actually pick up them.
Well, I'm afraid I can't even go to my condo. There's gators just eating up people, families at a time. It's terrible. But anyway, great trip. Watched them beat Denver solidly.
That's not a lot ornament.
Watched them beat Denver solidly. Cross the street. Watch them beat the Panthers solidly. And then on Monday, I looked at Alex and I said, "You know what? It's a 2.5-hour drive. Another 2.5 hours back for a team. We're probably going to get killed." I ate the tickets. We watched it. It was just as fun. And we came home.
Speaking of eating and stuff, you got about as much a chance of getting bit by alligator in the sewers in New York as you do
in Florida.
The Gator Alley.
Yeah. But anyway, so a lot of fun. But the Bills, just going back very quickly, I was down there for the Dolphins beating, and it was virtually never in question. Then the Denver game, again, virtually never in question.
Right.
And then yesterday after the first drive, virtually never in question. Just a lot of fun watching the Bills. Very proud to walk around wearing my Bills shirt and our Sabre stuff, and it was just a lot of fun. And last year we were 0-3. This year we were 0-2, but I'm going to count the Denver game that we watched across the street, so I call it 3-0. We didn't go to the Tampa game, so not counting that as a loss.
Right.
But even if you did, 2-1 on the trip, much better than 0-3 last year. Probably because Zach went last year, so I've told him he no longer can come.
And brought all the digits back.
I did.
It's a plus.
Yeah. Well, the Gators are all over. Like they jump at you, like they come up knee high, jumps their jaws at you. It's incredible. But anyway, so really good time. Bills are good. We're approaching 15 minutes here. Anything you want to talk about before we get
No,
Olafub?
I'm clear. Just special shout out to all our friends. Hope all you guys had a wonderful,
Thanksgiving.
happy Thanksgiving.
Timmy driving the new Audi.
Yep, and yeah.
Really glad that you're driving, but I can't even afford an Audi, so not sure what you're doing up
He's
there.
doing
but,
well.
Yeah.
He's doing well.
I'm a little concerned about where that money's coming from, but anyway, unless you got a sugar mama. Just kidding.
Good for him if he does.
Yeah. So, again, great day. I hope to God, this is Black Friday. Hope to God nobody's out there.
Right.
And in that mass hysteria to find like a sweatshirt for $2.
Right.
Or a TV for $100, which you can get for $110 the next day.
I did go this morning briefly to Rite Aid. I stood in line, got there at 3 o'clock in the morning because they had a crew accent sale. Buy 3, get 6 free.
You get a little jock itch?
Yes, I did. Well, okay. You never know.
Okay. I just I came from Rite Aid. I got my flu shot, so
there you go.
Later on I won't be able to lift my left arm.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
So should I prepare? Get yourself in zone?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Right. We are not going to do the robe. I found the robe to be too encompassing. And we will do this. Now let me quickly get into a mental state. Please don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home. No.
Your power's invested in me and the power of the Zuba bond. Please clear my head of all nasty thoughts. Ooh, no. Leave that.
Powers of the Zuba bond.
Let me...
Sorry.
Please remove all
Genius
evil
at work.
thoughts from my head. No, save those. Okay, I'm prepared. Now remember, these questions are
hermetically sealed. Okay, so he is not seeing these. The vibes just come through as well. Here, let's put them forward again.
Easy. Ooh,
Yeah.
That's kind of tickling.
You're fancy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I felt that in my throat.
All right, now calm down with the throat and shit. Let's get into it here. What do you got?
Let me see. Dallas, New York, and Toronto.
Name 3 shitholes.
Let me see.
Oh.
The Electric Company, a cellmate, and tiny white women.
Name 3 things that turned on the juice. Wait a minute. The Electric Company, a cellmate, and tiny white women that turned on the juice. I get it.
I can't help what comes to me. I mean, it just...
Comes right through the horns, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, this one's coming through very strong.
Okay.
I might have to touch the horns myself. This one is coming through strong. A talking watch.
A talking watch. Name something you would tell a person. Name something you would tell a person to use suffering from non-24.
That was coming through. The spirits were trying to get that through last week.
Yeah, it didn't come through. So non-24, they say these. If you see the commercials, they talk about how people who are blind they'd have no idea night and day what time it is.
They show up for like Christmas parties and
2 in the morning.
Easter. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Oh.
Use your other senses, but get a talking watch.
It's not that
It's
hard.
absurd.
Well, they're trying to sell drugs with it.
There's
so.
people out there trying to talk to whales in France when there's real diseases out there that need to be cured.
Well,
This guy doesn't know what, he shows up late. What's Tom doing here again? He doesn't know what the hell.
not 24. He's got.
You go out.
Well, listen. Anyway, so we're approaching about the 18-minute mark. Great. We're sorry we missed last week. I was away, and we'll continue coming to you. I don't know, Tom, with his quotes. What'd you say before? Get him.
Get her done from Harry Truman.
Yeah,
I thought it was Harry
it's
Truman.
not Harry Truman.
Was it Ike?
Yeah, it might have been Ike. Hey, listen, I watched a great documentary, World War II in color. And 2 things that the United States did in World War II that I didn't know. Okay, number 1 with the Holocaust and the atrocities. When they were found out, and we liberated Buchenwald and Auschwitz, there was all kinds of filming because who was there? Was it Ike at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ike went over and he said,
Ike.
these atrocities must be put on film so that we never do this again or that anybody claims it didn't happen. What happened though is, and I'm an American through and through, but apparently when they brought those films back, we cleaned them up and we showed how bad the camps were and whatever, everything done and everything, but never showed a body, never showed skeletal remains or anything. We kind of we kind of cleaned it up, and I'm a little sorry we did that. Okay. The other thing that happened, and we obviously World War II, the United States. Without them, we're all speaking German. But the other thing that happened is when Germany was pretty much, Sieg Heil was ready to take his cyanide. We were over in Japan, and we dropped the 2 big ones, and they filmed that too. The United States and the world actually. The United States cleaned it up. They showed all the buildings and everything leveled and all that, but did not show the people with radiation scarring and all that. So kind of, I guess I understand, but we don't want Pravda. Pravda's for communists and things like that. I mean, I understand why we dropped it. We probably would have lost 2.5, 3.5 millions of people, including the Japanese and Americans. So, no, it had to be done. But yeah. Anyway, that's just my commentary.
Right.
But I'm still red through and through.
Those
white and blue.
Those documentaries sometimes are good to sit down and watch, where you're getting, again, probably the side of the
we got to shut off here. I'm sorry, that's my fault.
No problem.
Till next time, keep it in your necks.
You might never straighten up. So true.
Please keep it in your necks. Thank you.